Within national parks is room, glorious room, room in which to find ourselves, in which to think and hope, to dream and plan, to rest and resolve. Eno Smells. Morning, my adventurous viewers. We are here today at Mills Lake. We're gonna do some hiking in the Glacier Gorge. I think we're aiming for 4 or 5 lakes today, but we'll take you by each one. Just started off at Mills. Came here for sunrise, but it's pretty hazy and smoky in the area. Guessing there's another fire nearby because we can definitely smell smoke right now. Kind of not that good for sunrise, but we're gonna continue on this trail. Last time we were here was, I think, at the end of April or beginning of May, or the end of May, and we had hike failed to Black Lake due to snow slopes and not having the right gear. But we are going to for sure make it to Black Lake today. So let's get to it. All right, just stopped by Jewel Lake for a little bit. We're not gonna spend too much time here though. We've been here quite a bit. We've got bigger, higher lakes to get to today. So we're gonna get back on the trail, head on to Black Lake. Just a little info on this trail. We pulled into the Glacier Gorge trailhead today at 4:45 a.m. It's a Wednesday, and there's probably only 8 parking spots left. Within the 10 minutes we were getting ready, there were about 4 more cars that pulled in. So Glacier Gorge trailhead in the summertime fills up fast. So just keep that in mind if you plan on doing any of the hikes here. If not, you're either gonna have to park at the park and ride and take a shuttle, or if you want to access some of these Glacier Gorge lakes, you can park at Bear Lake, which seems to not fill up as fast as the Glacier Gorge parking lot, but it will still fill up by 6 a.m. probably in the summertime, especially on the weekends. Just passing one of the coolest campsites in the park, I could imagine. Haven't been there, but this is such a beautiful area. But guys, we're at the point where we just need to step it up a little bit. Ha! All right, we are walking up on Ribbon Falls. Let's go check it out. All right, so that's Ribbon Falls, y'all. Pretty cool waterfall. Got McHenry's Peak in the background. It's not really roaring too much right now. Wish I would have got here a little earlier in the season, but it's still a pretty cool waterfall. Once you're past Ribbon Falls, you know that you're getting close to Black Lake. We should be arriving there shortly. All right, y'all, we are here, Black Lake. All right, so we're all done here at Black Lake. We don't want to spend too much time here. We got a lot more lakes we want to get to today. So from here, the official trail ends, but there's a path to the left right here. We're gonna try and find Frozen Lake without getting off path and bushwhacking too much. Looking back at Black Lake. Very pretty back here. So we were up on Long's Peak doing the keyhole route a couple days ago. We had this hike in mind, so we were just kind of scouting the route on which way that we were gonna take. So Frozen Lake looks pretty high up, but I think once we knock that one out, the other two will be a little bit easier. All right, after you cross that first creek, it opens up quite a bit. So you just kind of pick your own path. There are some cairns out here that people have laid. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the right way though. We're looking at the spearhead straight ahead, and Frozen Lake is gonna sit right here. Right now, there are 2 climbers on the spearhead, and it looks like they're almost halfway up. Looking down, we can see Green Lake, Blue Lake, and there's a unnamed pond. This is a pretty steep hike up to Frozen Lake. Haven't had to use our hands yet, but it is probably inevitable that we will soon. Got a tad bit of bushwhacking right here. Really glad I wore shorts today. Almost up there, guys. Hopefully we are anyway. This is definitely a huffing and puffing section of the hike. But these views are just gorgeous. I mean, incredible. So we're at the bottom of Spearhead right now. We thought the lake was going to be up here, but
it's a false summit.
It's a false lake summit or whatever. But I think I see where we need to go. Just gotta do just a little more boulder hopping and we should be there. We're getting close now. All right, guys, we are here walking up on Frozen Lake. Just walking around the Frozen Lake right now. This lake is enormous. I mean, it's a hike. It's route finding just to try and walk around this thing, but definitely a hidden lake that is hard to find. All right, spent about, whoa. I just ran up on a ptarmigan. He's literally 2 feet from me. Yeah, I don't want to scare him, so I'm just gonna, oh shit. We're like, I'm literally surrounded by ptarmigans right now. They're probably nesting, so we need to go around. But yeah, anyways, frozen lake, amazing lake. Spent about 30 minutes here. There's ptarmigans, and it's the biggest, it's tied for the biggest tarn in the Glacier Gorge. I don't know where I read that, but some book mentioned it. But we're gonna head back down now, and we're going for Green Lake. And wow, these ptarmigans are everywhere. We're trying to go around them, but definitely some breeding grounds up here. All right, so we're back down here, and back down here in the gorge, and we don't really have to meet up with the old trail. We're gonna cut across to get over to Green Lake. It looks pretty wide open, not much can get in our way except these walls that we may have to use some hand moves to get over. All right, guys, we have arrived at our 5th lake of the day. Come on, let's go check it out. Green Lake. There's a very small, unnamed tarn. But we're looking for the boot. We're looking for Italy. So we did a little circle around Green Lake. Now we're at the upper portion. There's a small, unofficially named tarn up here called Italy Lake. So let's go check that out. So Italy Lake, obviously because of the name, is shaped like a boot, and there's the keyhole route to Long's Peak right there. And as soon as you get through the keyhole and you start going through the ledges, you can get a really good look at this lake, and it definitely is 100% shaped like a boot. All right, so we're down here at Italy Lake now, and this is the most quiet I've ever heard out in the park. There is not a sound. Everything echoes, which is pretty awesome. we can actually hear the people talking that are doing the keyhole route on Longs Peak. But we've been hanging out here for a couple of minutes. It's a pretty shallow lake, unofficially named lake. We have one more that we need to get to today. We're gonna go for Blue Lake, and I think we got about 2 miles to go to get there. Pretty much got to backtrack the terrain that we came from. Just a heads up, when you're navigating through the gorge, trying to do all of these lakes, just keep in mind that you are completely exposed to the weather, to the sun. So make sure that you have sunscreen. This is very high elevation. You get burnt fast. Navigating the trail is not super difficult, but it can be a little challenging if you don't have experience with route finding. So highly recommend a phone app, GPS app like All Trails or Gaia GPS or something along those lines to help you out. And also, just in case if that fails, good old compass and a map. But you're in a gorge, if you know your main points, like Longs Peak right there and the other surrounding mountains, it's kind of hard to get lost back here as long as you stay in the gorge and keep heading down. All right, we're getting closer to Blue Lake. I think we need to do a little zigzagging up this hill right here, and we should be there pretty shortly. All right, guys, we are here at our 6th officially named lake of the day. Let me present to y'all Blue Lake. Let's go check it out. All right, we've been hanging out here at Blue Lake for about 30 minutes. Just wandering around, taking some pictures and video. It's a pretty awesome lake. I highly recommend making the trek to get here. Believe it or not, out of all the lakes we did today, this one, for us anyway, was the hardest one to find. We went off route quite a bit and then wound up having to do like a couple of class 2, maybe class 3 scramble moves instead of backtracking. We just kind of climbed straight up, but we only got off just a tad bit. But this lake is beautiful. It has all around panoramic views of the gorge, of the Glacier Gorge. So we are leaving Blue Lake now, and the best part about these long day trip hikes to these far out lakes is we've seen 2 people today on the trail, and they were climbers. They passed us early in the morning. That's it. Lots of serenity out here and very, very peaceful. But like always, If you like the content I make, hit that subscribe button. I make a new video once a week. For more photographs, check out spatesphotography.com. But until the next hike, catch y'all around.